Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Bill Fox Court here on the campus of Father Judge High School. It's a big Philadelphia Catholic League matchup on a Monday night. As the upstart LaSalle Explorers team, they were 2-0 in the Catholic League, dropped their last two. They are looking to get back onto the winning track to take on the 3-1 Father Judge Crusaders. And this Father Judge Crusaders team, as we bring you now inside the broadcast booth, is a team that has every expectation not just to return to the Palestra for the second straight year, but this time to win the whole thing. Chris Carabello is with me, Matt Paul is with me, and Richie Paul is on the camera here today. Matt, let's start with you. This Father Judge team had not been to the Palestra since 1999. Chris Rowntree was doing it on the floor at the time. Now he's coaching his alma mater. And boy, going back for the second straight year, that would be uncharted waters for this proud program.
That's the expectation for the Crusaders. They got a taste of the Palestra. You know, they started a little slow last year. The bright lights of the Palestra is a big deal for these kids. They dream about it. They talk about it. Their parents talk about it for those that have experienced it. And for them to get back to the Palestra is their goal, and it's very clear.
Chris Carabello is with us here as well. And Chris, thinking about this LaSalle team, it's a unique mix. And the Nick Parisi type effect, how he can score the basketball and really take control of things for his teammates. Hayes Altamare has been terrific, does all the winning plays. And then the football guys, Grayson McHugh and Joey O'Brien and Nick Neary have been terrific. It's a unique group of players that puts a lot of athleticism on the floor every time they go out.
Well, I think that's the big difference between this group of basketball players and previous years. There's a lot more athleticism than we've seen. Like, you had a lot of true basketball players. You've added 3 football players to the squad who kind of came in late, and yet once they got into the groove, have brought a tremendous amount of athleticism. And that's something that's really sparked this team. It's given Nick Parisi an opportunity to play his style of play, and I mean, they're running a lot of motion, they're scoring a lot more. If you think about it, the last time we were in this building, 2023, was not a good day for the Explorers. It was a 20-point loss where the Explorers got out. I mean, Father Judge hit 13 three-pointers that day. More than about half their points came from the three-point line, and the Explorers were just outmanned. They were outshot. Last year, with a similar type of offense, similar type of players, LaSalle brought them to overtime. It was a great game. LaSalle had the ball with a chance to win, didn't score, went in overtime, and eventually lost to a team that made it to the Palestra. So it gives an indication of what that style of play can do. If they can bring that style of play here tonight, this could be quite a game.
It is quite a game, and all of a sudden, right, you think about how Father Judge got to this point here, Matt. It was a game winner by Bonner Prendergast. By the way, it's happened 3 times on this floor in that rivalry's history. 12 years to the day, and then back in the 90s as well, where Bonner Prendergast has been able to break some hearts. Now, it's early, but this becomes an important game for the Crusaders, not wanting to fall to the middle of the pack at 3-2.
In tennis, they called it holding court. They want to make sure that they get their home court advantage games. Judge had the ball with a chance to win it. Bonner ended up with the last chance at the basket, made a layup at the end. Really good play, broke the hearts of the Crusaders, and expect them to come out and punch first here at home.
Looking forward to this one here. Thanks, everyone, for joining us here on Bob Long Sports. To your point, Chris Carabello, and you had talked about the game last year, the last game of the regular season, and it actually shoved Father Judge into a 6 seed where they had to go on the road after that fact to play Archbishop Wood. Now, they won that game and got to the Palestra, but LaSalle looked at that game the whole offseason as, hey, we're going to build on that. Father Judge looked at that game all offseason as, hey, after Archbishop Ryan came to this building and upset them after they were the top team in the league to that point in the regular season, they felt like they went into a funk and never quite got back to the way they were playing prior to that point. Now they're coming off a loss against Bonner, as we just talked about that. Chris Rowntree's idea is, let's not let that happen again. And so it's very interesting that it's LaSalle in that same upstart position in this year's matchup.
Yeah, it's going to be, will we see the same funk, or will we see an angry Father Judge team who takes it out on the Explorers? Father Judge likes to score. They are a team that likes to put 80 points on the scoreboard. That's not the kind of game the Explorers want to play. The Explorers would like to keep that number a lot lower, They can score. 80 points is a big differentiator, and I think Father Judge is going to want to do that. They did that 2 years ago in this building. Hopefully they can't do it again tonight, and Explorers can stick with them. That's what they did last year. Explorers stuck with them.
Father Judge, we call them very, jocularly and with much respect, guard high here in the Philadelphia Catholic League, and we'll get into those guards that will lead the way for the Crusaders when we come back.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA State tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Sports fans, welcome to Gentili's. Before the game or after the game, you don't have to travel far anymore. Come out to Gentili's Pizza in Exton for the best cheesesteaks and pizza you'll ever eat in your life, and I guarantee it. Let me take you inside and show you what we're all about. I mean, come on, look at that cheesesteak. Sliced ribeye, sauteed fried onions on a beautiful Karanji seeded roll. Cooper sharp cheese. That, my friends, is a slam dunk. So come to Gentili's for your best cheesesteak that you ever had in your life. And this is the Charlie Pizza, got Pecorino Romano. And we top it off with a little hot honey. Gentili's Pizza, Exton, PA. Can't wait to see you after the game.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue. Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interests? Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Meet David and Kay May, a dynamic team with a shared mission to help you turn your real estate dreams into reality. What sets them apart? Their wealth of experience, combined with a genuine passion for guiding clients every step of the way. They believe everyone deserves personalized attention, fair treatment, and expert advice throughout the process, ensuring your journey is smooth and successful. David and Kay go above and beyond to meet your needs, ensuring expectations are not just met, but exceeded. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or a seasoned investor, their personalized approach and commitment to service make every real estate journey smooth and rewarding. Contact them today to get started on your next real estate adventure.
Welcome back into the telecast, folks. Bob Long, Chris Carabello, Matt Paul is alongside with Richie Paul on the camera. So thrilled to have him on board with us here tonight. The starters for LaSalle in the backcourt, Nick Parisi. Joey O'Brien will play on the wing. Grayson McHugh, the big man. The center in basketball, the left tackle in football. He's a big, wide body. That will be a challenge for Father Judge here today, and we'll get into that momentarily. Nick Neary, the starting point guard, and Hayes Altamare plays off the ball. But Chris has done a really nice job for the LaSalle when Neary has to go to the bench, providing that primary point of contact on the on-ball situations.
Yeah, Hayes has kind of shared that point guard role with Nick. And, you know, when Nick's out of the game, Hayes picks it right up. He's done a real good job of sticking north to south when bringing the ball up the court.
And a terrific program, athletes helping athletes, a distinguished special captain here today for Father Judge. The Crusaders here tonight, as they're introduced, they will be missing a big part of the lineup. That's Loyola, Maryland commit Everett Barnes. He has worked really hard on his body. He dropped 50 pounds in the offseason, improved that footwork. I was really looking forward to that matchup, Matt, between him and Grayson McHugh, but he will not be on the floor, and Guard High will have to live up to its name that we have given them, with effectively going 5 across. Max Nashimsky will play some in terms of a wing, but no big guy inside tonight for Father Judge.
I think where you'll see it most is in transition. The big guy wanted to get down the floor first. It's going to give Grayson a little bit of a breather. The minutes are going to be a big deal here for both teams. First punch of the first round of the boxing match, first 2 to 3 minutes. We'll see where the energy is for the Explorers. Again, the hungry team is going to win the game. Talking to Hayes Altamare earlier today, he says his team's hungry for a win coming off the loss against Carroll.
So let's get this one underway here, folks. Thanks for joining us here on Bob Long Sports. Bob Long, Chris Carabello, Matt Paul, and Richie Paul, your broadcast team here today. It is a historic gym. They've put a lot of resources into this school, and it has been thriving. The basketball program is no exception. They're looking to keep that loss column at 1, and LaSalle trying to get back over 500 in Catholic League play. LaSalle in the navy blue, and Father Judge is in the white. Starters for Father Judge, as Neary with a nice catch inside goes a one-on-one against Kevin Beck, who gets the start with Barnes not on the floor. Derek Morton Rivera has the basketball now, and Beck will let it fly. Also out there for Father Judge is number 0, Rocco Westfield, who's done a nice job for this team. Kavar Kennedy, the senior, feels like he's been in the Catholic League forever, and that is a huge compliment to him. Hayes Altamare couldn't knock down the triple, but Neary able to track it down.
Nick Neary is just always around the ball.
Nazir Tyler, big, wide-bodied, tough guard, Ahmad Noel type body. He guards Nick Parisi, and Parisi couldn't hit it. Another offensive rebound, and Neary puts it in.
Nick Neary leading the Explorers in offensive rebounds, key stat for the team.
And LaSalle will come back the other way. 6:47 to play here in this first quarter. Back cut, And that's last touch by Father Judge.
Yeah.
Good job defensively, though, by Kennedy.
Out of bounds plays are Coach Ansel's specialty, coming from the Davidson tree of coaching.
So back to live action. Altamare defended by Tyler. Parisi, good spin move. Excellent body control for Nick Parisi. It's a 4-0 lead, LaSalle.
Going to credit Hayes with an assist there for a handoff.
And that's what he can do to you. Derek Morton Rivera averaging 20 per contest and shooting it at better than 40% from beyond the arc. It's a volume guy as well. That's his 60th three of the year.
Nice backdoor. Yeah.
And when I say the three-point attempt, we might even be a couple of games behind. Our buddy Huck Palmer, though, does an awesome job with these stats, and the 41% clip, Matt, I think will continue throughout the course of the year with his terrific stroke.
No question. And already we're seeing the lack of the big guy for Father Judge. The Explorers getting in the paint early and often.
Kavar Kennedy, true point guard in every sense of the word. He'll play his basketball at Merrimack next year. Great find. And Martin Rivera is 2 for 2. Son of the legend DJ Rivera, who I'm sure you guys will remember well from his time playing basketball in the Catholic League.
Corner three for the Father Judge Crusaders.
Neary, so good inside. Goes to his left hand over the longer Derek Morton Rivera.
Pretty easy offense. Basket cut, turn and face, 2 feet finish. It's a layup for the Explorers.
Great job there by Beck. Kavar Kennedy got the first hand on the rebound. And Joey O'Brien, a rare miscue there. But Parisi able to turn things over. Good pace early on to this game here, Chris.
Yeah, the Explorers have given up 2 open threes, but other than that, they've really controlled time of possession as well as they're getting the ball inside in the paint.
Nice job by Beck. Trying to front Grayson McHugh. He did a heck of a job defensively. And that's going to be the key matchup there with Barnes not playing, right? We knew we'd see Beck in that matchup, but it might need to be closer to 32 minutes worth for him as opposed to a platoon system when Barnes is available. Great out-of-bounds play. And he knocks it down. Altamare on the assist from Neary.
Corner three for Hayes A. Altamare, Peter Griffin style.
Kennedy. It's where he's so good. Get a paint touch. Couldn't hit it.
A nice rebound by Beck to knock it out.
A deep three for Tyler. Nazir Tyler, the sophomore. He was a young man that came in as a freshman, had a terrific opening campaign. This year averaging 10 points per contest.
That's a dagger with a kick out after an offensive rebound. Credit Beck for the Princeton-style kick out with a tip out.
Parisi. Good kick. Altamare. It's good again. And his three-point shooting has been terrific this year.
Answered the call. Back-to-back threes.
Here we go, folks. Derek Morton Rivera puts it in.
I'm not sure we won a three-point battle here.
Depends on what side you're rooting for, Chris. I'll tell you what, the Explorers like to play fast. They like to shoot open shots.
Oh, we had that.
Especially Nick Parisi.
Here comes Morton Rivera, trying to create a quasi-transition opportunity, getting down the floor before the defense.
Okay.
And a nickel dimer 94 feet from the basket.
But he drew the foul.
Derek Morton Rivera.
You want to be aggressive there if you're the Crusaders on defense, but you don't want to pick up a foul like you said, Bob. You can be pressuring the ball, but you don't want to reach in that situation. First foul of the game.
So Beck's out of the game now, so Max Mashinsky's in the game. And he gives up a few inches to Grayson McHugh.
And pounds.
And pounds, yes.
And now McHugh picks up the personal foul, a moving screen, which has been a point of emphasis across high school and college basketball. Another look. Yep, and just slid a little bit, and tell you what, the right arm didn't do him any favors there.
The job is for the ball handler. The ball handler is supposed to wait until the big guy is set. So the big guy, if he's not set at that time, he's supposed to slip the screen. Otherwise, you put him in a jeopardy situation where he's going to foul. He'll be moving because he's supposed to sprint to the spot.
3 minutes to go. Really good one early on, and it's just the way I expected it to be. Let's put it that way. These two teams are fun to watch and very talented. Kennedy. Tyler with a touch at the top of the key. LaSalle in a matchup type look here in the zone. Kennedy, so good. I mean, make or miss, that is a terrific job to get into the lane. You can beat the zone by getting the ball to the middle. Matt, that can be done via passing the ball or a good dribbler and a nice attack off the bounce like Kivar Kennedy can provide.
That's a layup for a guy like Kennedy. You get the ball to the paint area. Don't go all the way to the basket, not risking a block shot by McHugh. That's a soft, buttery shot that could be there all night for him.
Neary.
There's that inbound play.
And he just lost it, kind of lost it off his fingertips. Westfield able to pull things back. Westfield does a nice job getting 2 feet in the paint. Nobody closes out on him, and he rips one from deep.
Northeast Philly's got a lot of three-point shooters. Rocco Westfield's just another one.
Inside they go for Altamare. O'Brien for 3. It's a big one from the corner, and LaSalle answers.
Joey O with the corner 3.
Tyler open for 3. Nobody closes out.
Almost all of these have been uncontested.
Defenses may change on that note, Chris. Anytime these guys are getting too many open looks, defense has got to change to give them a different look.
And a giveaway. Numbers for Tyler, and that was just a tough pass there at the feet.
It's the right idea. It's the right coaching. He should have just taken another dribble to let his teammate get wider, or he was unopposed as well. He could have taken the ball right to the basket.
To the hole. Yeah.
We affectionately, as we mentioned at the top of the broadcast, call this Father Judge team guard high. Well, maybe you can call Morton Rivera a wing. We're going to call him a guard for the heck of it. Him, Tyler, Kennedy, and now just into the contest as O'Brien floats it home. But Rakai Mason is number 11 for Father Judge. He's done a nice job and has the basketball, leading by 3. Mashinsky. Tyler off the bounce. Morton Rivera, college range 3. And Neary gives it up. Just mishandled the pass. Westfield and O'Brien didn't quite get the block. Mashinsky and LaSalle is not closing out. They are fortunate it didn't burn them on either of those possessions.
It will eventually. You got to box out, close out, and once you secure the ball, you got to be sure to get the ball outside and then drive it to the paint.
A free-flowing game, a quick first 8 minutes of basketball, just 3 fouls between these two clubs. Max Okabata into the game for LaSalle.
LaSalle looking to hold for that final shot.
Neary fortunate not to travel. And Hayes out to Murray, couldn't hit it.
Just rolled.
Not a place you want to foul, and LaSalle did not. So after 1 quarter of play, it is Father Judge 20, LaSalle 17. Stay with us, folks. We'll be right back here on Bob Long Sports.
More people are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the outstanding customer service and the extraordinary selection of Infiniti vehicles. Like the all-new 2025 QX80, it's unlike any luxury SUV you've ever experienced. With an all-new design and groundbreaking technology, the Infiniti QX80 has set a new standard in its class. Come experience the QX80 and the entire Infiniti lineup at Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove. To be sure.
Next Play Basketball is an AAU program in the greater Philadelphia area. They offer camps, clinics, and private training for boys and girls 3rd to 11th graders. They teach the next play mentality to help athletes have success on and off the court. Next Play coaches focus on each player's development through high-level coaching and a competitive environment. If you would like to join the Next Play family, go to nextplaybasketball.com for more information. They are hosting spring tryouts on January 11th.
Always great to have our buddy Matt Paul back in the booth. Matt, great to have you here, pal.
Thank you very much. Bill Fox Court here, home of Father Judge Crusaders. Bill Fox is a LaSalle College High School alumnus, was one of the first adopters of the three-point line as a coach. The line was instituted in 1987. Colleges adopted it in 1986. Many teams did not begin using it, but clearly Judge was on the front end of the trend and was a big proponent of three-point shot. Chris Rountree is as well. 6 for 7 to start the game are the Crusaders from 3, and the Explorers are 3 for 6.
Mashinsky got himself into some trouble there on the baseline.
Grayson McHugh's out of the lineup, so that doesn't exploit Mashinsky as much.
Still could be a post-up opportunity for the Explorers.
Okabata, this is Braden Erfel, who played in the JV game. He's gotten great minutes. They're a terrific shooter.
Which I thought was a great opportunity for Braden Erfel to get time in the JV game, not coming off the bench cold. All right.
Blocking foul is called there, and that goes against Rakai Mason.
Fouls were not an issue in the first quarter because they were shooting so many threes. The ball was going up and down the court, but that could be an opportunity for either team to get into paint and cause some trouble.
O'Brien to settle things down with 7:23 to go. Mashinsky got the steal and throws it down. And another giveaway there for LaSalle, just ahead of themselves, relatively unforced on both ends.
Back-to-back turnovers.
Turnovers, yeah.
Back-to-back, the worst kind of turnovers, the top of the key, uncontested, turns into a dunk, maybe gets some fans excited, can be a momentum shifter, but that's a tough back-to-back play for the Explorers.
Kennedy. Okabata defends against Mashinsky. Morton Rivera is bumped by Hayes Altamare. Good dribble drive that time by Morton Rivera. Parisi checks in, and he replaces Nick Neary.
Showing some confidence to keep Braden Erfel in the game after a turnover at the top. With young players, you can't pull them too soon. You got to give them a little bit of a leash. He's going to have to defend to stay in the game.
Mason. LaSalle switches well that time defensively.
It's the same size guy. You can switch. It's when the big guy comes out is when it's harder to switch.
A deep three from Morton Rivera. It's a terrific shooting team, but I think the two misses, Matt, are the ones that were from the college range or longer. O'Brien couldn't answer there for LaSalle.
Wide open opportunity, but just short.
Really nice job. Count it and one. Not much there. Just got his hand in the cookie jar, did Hayes Altamare. One more coming.
Say when they reach, somebody's going to teach here. So reaching in gives the other team a huge advantage here for the old-fashioned three-point play. Kennedy's a fine free throw shooter. Expect this one to go in, and expect maybe some pressure here from Chris Rountree and the Crusaders.
73% from the stripe to be exact, courtesy of Huck Palmer. And if you're not following Huck's work on the AOP website, you should. It's all publicly available, and he is the statistician for the entire league. Keeps things consistent, right? He sees everything the same way. Is it a block? Is it not? Does a great job for the league. It's invaluable. O'Brien, no, but he got his own rebound. Yeah, it's a good call there, too.
Yep.
It's a good call against Joey O'Brien. A little late getting to the spot on that offensive foul. We saw Grayson McHugh get nabbed for that foul. And on this instant replay, you're going to see Joey O'Brien right there as well.
As everybody knows, Joey was the MVP of the Catholic League. A lot of times his instincts are to hit.
In football, that is, yes. The MVP in football. By the way, you have to think early candidate for Defensive Player of the Year here in the Catholic League on the basketball side, wouldn't you?
Absolutely. It creates havoc, especially at the top of the key and in the press.
Rocco Westfield for three.
Well beyond the arc.
And again, nobody closed out there for LaSalle. The zone sagged, and it's a 10-point lead for Father Judge.
Communication is key. Somebody's got to call the ball, pressure the ball, force them to reverse the ball.
Big answer there. Crowd silencer that time for Nick Parisi. But all the way to the rim, too easy for Kavar Kennedy.
Matt, have the Explorers made a defensive adjustment?
Not yet.
No.
I'm waiting for it, simply because these guys can shoot the ball. I mean, it's clear as day that they're great on the perimeter. They're going to have to play more man defense at some point here.
Parisi, a step back. Not that time. McHugh got a hand on it, but Westfield will start the charge. Rakai Mason got a paint touch, got it to the best shooter, and he couldn't hit it. Neary picked up his dribble in a tough spot, gave it up.
Stripped.
And Nick Parisi takes the foul.
Yeah, that's a frustration foul.
Well, that or taking 2 points off the board. That was 4 on effectively none there if he does not take the foul.
On Friday night's game, he grabbed his shirt, got a intentional
Flagrant
foul.
one, yes.
Yeah, and then ended up being a 4-point play.
Nick Neary made the mistake of putting the ball over top of his head. You want to put the ball under your chin, get your elbows out, pivot through pressure like John McArdle once taught us at Chestnut Hill Academy.
Kennedy, what a finish with the left hand. Okabata. Parisi, it's a big one for Nick Parisi. Timeout called by Ryan Ansell. It's an 8-point game, 4:25 to play, and it feels like an important stretch here in this first half. This portion of today's game brought to you by Riley Rakowski and Malloy Funeral Home, an enthusiastic supporter of LaSalle Athletics. Andrew Buda Rakowski sends his best to Coach Ryan Ansell, the student athletes, and the LaSalle basketball program as a whole. Riley Rakowski and Malloy Funeral Home, a proud sponsor. And then the Great American Pub, a great spot to enjoy yourself with family or friends before, during, or after the big game. With 3 locations, Conshohocken, Wayne, and Phoenixville, there's always a Great American Pub near you. On a nice day, check out the rooftop bar in Conshohocken or take your significant other or family to a nice dinner. Thanks to Chuck Hempshire, proud LaSalle dad and supporter of Bob Long Sports and LaSalle Athletics, as well as Charlie, his son, who played football and basketball and is now involved with the business. Thanks to them and thanks to the Great American Pub. All right, Matt Paul, we bring you on here in part for your stories, so you got to have something handy about either this rivalry or Father Judge.
You better believe it. I've been waiting all day for this. Jimmy Reeves, assistant coach for Father Judge, spent 2 years at LaSalle College High School, went on to lead Father Judge Crusaders with 17.8 points per game. 1998 took the Bill Fox team to the Palestra and to their most recent PCL championship.
And Chris Rowntree was the point guard, was he not on that team?
He was. He was 2 years behind.
Yep. How terrific that those guys have brought that team. Joey O'Brien with a block. Brought that team back to the Palestra for the first time in a quarter century.
I was at the game. St. Hubert's cheerleaders. They brought a song out at halftime, Brass Monkey. I've never heard Brass Monkey at the Palestra until that day.
One more look here at O'Brien. What a block. Back to live action is Tyler, and nobody closes out. At some point, you have to extend out the defense.
Mark Jackson comes to mind. Hand down, man down.
Not that Mark Jackson. That's right, the other one.
You got to put a hand up. At least force him to dribble the ball. Richie here can make that shot without a hand up.
Well, Richie can play.
He's working on it.
Wow.
Look at
Good
Nick
hands
Neary
there by Neary. Parisi, the bump, and they're going to wave off the foul. So that's one's there. You look at Morton Rivera. They haven't called a many, quite frankly. It's been a very free-flowing game. Well, Salle bench may say, hey, let that one fly, but not quite in the legal guarding position. Good angle for that official. Second team foul against Father Judge here in the second quarter.
And second on Morton Rivera, so he's going to take a seat for a little bit.
Expect Hayes and Nick to step up here, Parisi that is, as the two seniors on the floor.
Yeah, Parisi unabashed about letting it go. Still no closeout. And a held ball, the alternate possession will give it to LaSalle. So, Matt, you got a zone here for LaSalle that's not closing out at the three-point line. It's also tougher to rebound defensively out of the zone defense. We talked about that defensive adjustment. I wonder if they do go man here at some point.
I think you're going to have to, or a 1-3-1, force a different look.
You walk.
No, timeout called by Chris Rowntree. Well done there to salvage the possession.
At least the 1-3-1 makes them shoot from the corners, whereas these shots are from the easy slot spots. When you practice, playing with your friends, warm-up drills, all the warm-up drills are from the slots. Those are the easiest shots to make. They're the ones you're practicing all the time. You got to make them a little more uncomfortable. Also, maybe a box and one. He's going to have to change something up, that Coach Ansel is. I'm sure he will.
Who's the one then? Is that Derek Morton Rivera? Is it Nazir Tyler?
It could be a triangle too. I would take some chances. You're going to have to mix it up. You got 34 points on the board for the Crusaders. I wonder who bet the over, but I think the over here is going to be an interesting bet here in the PCL.
Just for legal purposes, nobody has bet the over. We're not betting on high school sports.
No. My point is that there's going to be a lot of scoring here.
Absolutely.
It's not the old days where you hold the ball for 3-4 minutes at a clip. These kids want to score, they want to play, and both teams want to get up and down the floor.
As I said at the start of the broadcast, Father Judge likes to score 80 points a game. They're well on their way.
Tyler. And Parisi has picked up his second personal foul with 3:15 to play in the second quarter. Kind of went through Westfield there trying to coerce that steal.
We'll likely see Hayes Altamari back in the game.
I don't know if you can take Parisi out right now, though, because he is the only
one that can hit
true
the three.
Scoring option right now. Maybe that only is a little strong, but he's been unabashed about letting it fly. He creates his own space. This Judge defense has been terrific. And you might need someone, Matt, to be able to take someone off the bounce here.
You also have a couple subs that Coach Ansel hasn't used yet. Will Bear has traditionally been in the game at this point, Preston Washington, and then Franklin Gilbert is another wing option who can shoot the ball.
Sal might have some numbers here, but Judge does very well. Westfield is going to force McHugh to put it on the deck. Okabata, that's well long, and LaSalle's not getting back. Okabata's the only one to get back, and Kevin Beck makes him pay. And that's one that Ryan Ansel's not going to be happy with. That's an effort-type play. Good job by McHugh on the lob from Nick Parisi.
Up and down we go.
Yes, sir. Here comes Parisi leading the way. Goes between his legs, and a good job to reset there by O'Brien.
I don't know how he got that through his legs without getting it stolen. Like Curly Neal.
Surrounded by three people.
It's unbelievable.
A big 2 minutes and 20 seconds here. It's a 12-point game. Could go one direction or the other headed into the break. O'Brien, and that should stay. Oh, no, it's going the other way. Father Judge basketball.
Getting himself in the corner there. Corner coffin in football. If you want to kick the ball there, you want to keep the ball out of the corner unless it's an open jump shot. Otherwise, you're putting yourself in a position to get trapped.
It looked like it went off on that replay on Joey O'Brien's his own foot. Kennedy, kick out, Beck, got it. And it's a thing of beauty.
There's a corner three.
LaSalle is on their heels defensively.
I saw Beck make 6 threes last year in the JV game here against the Explorers. 18 in the first half, 27 points overall. Great stroke.
Not the high volume shooter yet at the varsity level, but shooting it at nearly a 45% clip. Good carom. Okabata got to a really good spot at the elbow. Mashinsky. Westfield letting it fly. It's good. Father Judge is lighting it up here at home. Just a ball fake to make that outside zone defender there for LaSalle think about the pass to the corner. And when the pass didn't come, there was no help from the top of the zone. Westfield knocks it down, and it's an 18-point lead.
And ball fakes are free. Encourage all young players who are watching. Shot fake, ball fake, great way to get the defense to move and create shot opportunities.
This portion of today's game brought to you by E&M Insurance, an independent local insurance agency serving the area's business and personal insurance needs. Owned and operated by Chris Marr, class of 1989. Servicing the Delaware Valley's insurance needs since 1988. Built on the principles of providing superior customer service and quality insurance solutions for their customers. They're an independent agent, meaning they work with a select group of highly rated insurance companies that have proven their performance over the years. Look for E&M Insurance online at eandminsurance.com or call them at 215-368-9556. Well, we stopped it at 35-23 and said 2.5 minute stretch there will be important, could go one direction or the other. A 12-point lead is very quickly ballooned into an 18-point lead for Father Judge.
Yeah, it went the wrong direction for the Explorers.
I have the Crusaders 10 for 12 from 3-point range.
Wow. Erfel, he couldn't answer. And that's last touch by Father Judge's Morton Rivera.
It wasn't a rhythm shot for Erfel. They got him in the game to shoot the ball. A lot of pressure for the young man, but good look just off the dribble where he's accustomed to catching and shooting.
And McHugh. Dangerous pass. Numbers for Father Judge. Westfield keeps on cooking.
Make that 11 for 13 with the corner three.
Parisi couldn't hit it. Great offensive rebound. It's blocked. Blocked by Mashinsky. Big three for Hayes Altamare.
Senior guard. Expect him to be more aggressive on offense, especially given the deficit.
Guard high has come to play and has come to shoot it here tonight. This is the iteration of Father Judge that was a preseason favorite to win the Catholic League.
I could see why. If these rims were the same at the Palestra, look out.
Tyler with two. He's got to let it fly. So they've missed a third three in the first half, Matt. How about that?
That only affects the percentages.
What a half of basketball for the Father Judge Crusaders.
11 of 13 from three-point range.
Yeah, I think 14 on that miss there, right at the end.
11 for 14, you're right.
But my goodness, what a half of basketball for the Crusaders. They'll talk about it and see if they can come back and close things out in the second half. On the other hand, Ryan Ansel and this staff has to make a defensive adjustment. The offense can score, Chris. I mean, this is an offense for LaSalle that knows how to score, can score, has options to do so, but it has to start on the defensive side.
Yeah, they're giving up too many uncontested threes, uncontested baskets, and they're trading. Even when they do score, their Judge is coming down and hitting a three.
3 for 2 does not work when you're trailing. This portion of today's game brought to you by Ballad Dermatology, offering comprehensive medical and cosmetic skin care, providing early detection and treatment of skin cancer, treatment of all skin conditions, and many cosmetic options to reduce sun damage and help you love your skin. Visit them online at balladdermatology.com or call Dr. Mary Griffin at 610-664-3300. Healthy skin starts here. It's halftime here at Father Judge. A beautiful Monday night in January. Thanks for being with us here this evening.
Show you a better way to spend your state income taxes and get the money to where it's needed to most to the thousands of qualified kids.
What we like about Blocks is they really know where the need is.
This program ensures that their dollars come 100% into these kids for their tuition assistance.
If you are able, Blocks makes the EITC piece go very quickly and very smoothly.
Turn your PA state tax liability into need-based scholarships and receive a 90% tax credit.
Sports fans, welcome to Gentili's. Before the game or after the game, you don't have to travel far anymore. Come out to Gentili's Pizza in Exton for the best cheesesteaks and pizza you'll ever eat in your life, and I guarantee it. Let me take you inside and show you what we're all about. I mean, come on, look at that cheesesteak. Sliced ribeye, sauteed fried onions on a beautiful Karanji seeded roll. Cooper sharp cheese. That, my friends, is a slam dunk. So come to Gentili's for your best cheesesteak that you ever had in your life. And this is the Charlie Pizza, got Pecorino Romano. And we top it off with a little hot honey. Gentili's Pizza, Exton, PA. Can't wait to see you after the game.
Dunphy Ford is Mayfair's neighborhood Ford store.
Nobody knows your neighborhood like Dunphy Ford.
Nearly 40 years.
Right here on Frankfurt Avenue. Generation after generation. Our neighbors continue to be our customers. We have access to the cars and trucks you want with financing you need.
Dunphy Ford is Northeast Philly's first choice for America's #1 brand. 7700 Frankfurt Avenue in Mayfair. Online at www.dunphyford.com.
Come experience the Dunphy difference. You'll be glad you did.
My name is Patrick Donahue, a franchise consultant with FranChoice, the premier network of franchise consultants in America. FranChoice is a company that helps people find a franchise business that's the perfect fit for them. We work with the people who want to own a business but don't really know how to find one that's both a top-notch opportunity and a great match. We specialize in franchise opportunities with the following 3 characteristics: low investment, high margin, and rapid break-evens. The best thing about our service is that it's free to the public. We're paid by franchise companies for this service. Obviously, the best opportunities fit the criteria mentioned above, and the right way to find those opportunities is to spend some time with the people who work with the very best franchise companies looking to expand in your local area.
They said it couldn't be done, but somehow CCM was able to close this home in just 21 days. Carl, how'd you pull this off?
Oh, hard work, dedication, grinding.
Were you ever worried?
Well, you know, Chloe, they pinned us in deep in the second bedroom, inspection issues, but we regrouped. Knew there was still a lot in play.
Well, I'm sure the Franklins were pleasantly surprised.
We got a good organization here. A lot to look forward to.
Good luck with the next close. And there you have it. Cross Country Mortgage is dedicated to getting it done.
So, it's time for your business to renew your lease. Or perhaps you're right-sizing or relocating. This can be an exciting time, but it's also a major project to undertake. You know you need an expert on your side from start to finish. What if this expert had no conflicts of interest, no landlords to answer to, and a fiduciary responsibility to work solely in your best interests? Enter the experts at Gola Corporate Real Estate. They've seen it all over the course of thousands of transactions in dozens of industries. Gola gets it. And what if those experts came with a team? Subject matter experts to manage everything that comes with this process, all with zero out-of-pocket cost to you. A turnkey experience that adds real value. Gola gets it. We've been partnering with clients like you for over 40 years, Philadelphia-based with a national presence. Get to know Gola. Gola gets it.
Looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Meet David and Kay May, a dynamic team with a shared mission to help you turn your real estate dreams into reality. What sets them apart? Their wealth of experience, combined with a genuine passion for guiding clients every step of the way. They believe everyone deserves personalized attention, fair treatment, and expert advice throughout the process, ensuring your journey is smooth and successful. David and Kay go above and beyond to meet your needs, ensuring expectations are not just met, but exceeded. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or a seasoned investor, their personalized approach and commitment to service make every real estate journey smooth and rewarding. Contact them today to get started on your next real estate adventure.
When your car needs repairs and you can't wait, Meineke can help. With life's crazy schedule between work and family, you'll love Meineke's same-day service. Call today and Meineke will get your car in today. For new brakes, exhaust repairs, or your check engine light comes on, trust Meineke to do the job right. And families have been coming to Meineke for years because Meineke works on any make or model vehicle. Same-day service, value, and trust. Meineke, doing car care right.
Be a part of the biggest live events. The must-see matches.
He's gone!
The game day celebrations. Experience live sports and entertainment the way they're meant to be seen. With Joe Hand Promotions, the global leader of live entertainment for bars, restaurants, and cinemas. With exclusive content relationships with the nation's largest sports and entertainment providers. In over 10,000 bars, restaurants, and cinemas across America. Make your business the place for the next must-see event.
More people are choosing Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove for the outstanding customer service and the extraordinary selection of Infiniti vehicles. Like the all-new 2025 QX80, it's unlike any luxury SUV you've ever experienced. With an all-new design and groundbreaking technology, the Infiniti QX80 has set a new standard in its class. Come experience the QX80 and the entire Infiniti lineup at Faulkner Infiniti of Willow Grove. To be sure.
Next Play Basketball is an AAU program in the greater Philadelphia area. They offer camps, clinics, and private training for boys and girls, 3rd to 11th graders. They teach the next play mentality to help athletes have success on and off the court. Next Play coaches focus on each player's development through high-level coaching and a competitive environment. If you would like to join the Next Play family, go to nextplaybasketball.com for more information. They are hosting spring tryouts on January 11th.
Welcome back, folks. Third quarter about to get underway here from Father Judge High School, your broadcast team. Bob Long, Chris Carabello, Matt Paul is with us. And we got to give a big shout out to Richie Paul, who's doing a great job on the camera here tonight. Richie, first time doing the telecast, and you're going to have to speak for him, I guess, Matt, because he doesn't have a camera, but how's he doing? Is he enjoying it?
So far, so good. He told me he's having a ball, so
good.
It makes me happy. He's not on his video playing, machine at home, so it makes me happy. He loves the game. It's another way for kids to experience, great basketball, to hear the sounds of the crowd, the pretzel at halftime. It's just a tradition thing. Father Judge has an amazing tradition. Their coaching staff, 5 or 6 deep. Explorers have, great tradition as well. I was joking this morning with you, Bob, that I think I'd take LaSalle's coaching staff in a pickup game over Father Judge, but I might want to put that together. They got Zach Odell, 2-time All-American, just 23 years old, which is a huge advantage at 6'8".
Yeah, Zach Odell, we had the chance, or I did at least, to broadcast him in college at Swarthmore. Did a terrific job. It's a team that went to the state national championship. Yep, 2 Final Fours. They were the #1 team in the country when COVID shut everything down in 2020. Had a great job broadcasting that team. And one of the other unique and notable guys from that team, Matt, you'll remember Sun Valley's own, Vinny D'Angelo.
Vinny D'Angelo is in Australia, currently living on the beach, playing for an Australian pro team. He's there for 6 months. He may continue on given, depending upon how the season goes, but Vinny's an amazing guy, also a 2-time All-American.
So, Matt, what are the Explorers going to have to do defensively here to change things?
Don't let 3 guys score. You got 3 guys that are in double digits at the moment for Judge. You got to force somebody else to stop them. You got Westfield with 15 points, Rivera with 12, and Kennedy with 10. Just force the other guys to shoot the ball. You got to get out on the perimeter. Can't give up 3-point shots, especially uncontested.
And Parisi does a nice job here attacking the outside hip of the defender, putting the official in a spot where they had to make the call. There's no easy game to officiate in the Catholic League. We talk about that a lot, but this has been more free-flowing than I think most of the LaSalle games that we've seen thus far. And as a result, the foul totals are significantly lower than we saw when LaSalle went on the road to Newman Goretti, or even the game when they played in Drexel Hill at Bonner Prendergast.
Yeah, neither team got 3 team fouls either quarter.
LaSalle's not afraid of playing from behind here. Last year they came back 4 or 5 times, even taking the lead last year, going up 4 against Judge at home.
Yeah, they didn't do it that way, though, by sagging underneath the ball screen and not contesting on a 40+% three-point shooter.
Now, the wide open from the top of the 3. They're knocking it down all day.
Got to communicate. You got to switch if that's the call from the coaches.
Really good job by Hayes Altamare to get the ball into the paint and kick it out to a wide open O'Brien.
Leading the team in assists. How is he still open?
Still open and nobody crashing the defensive glass.
Grayson out on the perimeter contesting the shot. The other 4 guys have to get in there and rebound the ball.
Parisi, a deep 3. Single-handedly, in some ways, from an offensive perspective, getting his shots when needed.
Last year, he led the league at points in scoring. He's on his way to being the team's leading scorer here tonight.
A lot of contact there from Grayson McHugh. 2 shots coming.
Tough foul. Kennedy fading away from the basket, not absorbing the contact. He's got a body up there. And hope he takes a bad shot. It was a bad shot that the referee saw.
Tripod there. So Kevar Kennedy, the senior point guard, headed to Merrimack next year. Here's a little quiz. Anybody know which notable Philadelphia Catholic League guard is currently dominating at Merrimack? Foul called there against Father Judge. And Neary, a little slow to get up. Took a nick of what looked like the right arm on the floor there.
I do not.
Hold on. I got to think this here.
Give us a school. Give us a hint.
You want a school, Chris?
Not yet.
All right. Diminutive fella. State champion. Brought his team back to the Palestra for the first time in I don't know if it was 60 years, certainly 60 years since the last time they had won one.
Is it a Ryan guard?
It is not a Ryan guard. McHugh comes up with the offensive rebound. Parisi lost his footing. And fortunate, LaSalle extremely fortunate to retain that basketball.
All right, Bob, give us a team.
West Catholic. Miguel Boca Chica.
Boca Chica.
Led team. Well, it's not him, though. He's
I
the
know.
coach. Yeah.
Oh, the little guard.
Bingo.
Clark, not Clark. Clark?
Bud Clark.
Bud Clark.
We call it diminutive on this broadcast,
Yes.
not little.
Okay.
That's a big word. LaSalle College High School word right there.
Well, he is just tearing it up, and he's a classic Josh Sharkey type guard that, hey, the height does not tell the story, but because he went to a slightly lower level than I think a lot of folks thought he would be able to, well, he's just going to dominate physically at that point against the players that go to that type of school. And a guy that I would be interested to see if at some point he explores the portal and goes to a higher level. Grayson McHugh for 3. Not his look.
Not sure that's who we needed taking the 3.
And
Good block.
they call a block.
Ooh.
Block there called against LaSalle, or with LaSalle. LaSalle got the hand on it. I don't know if it was O'Brien or Grayson McHugh.
Energy's pretty low here in the gym. Judge is cruising, getting shots that they want.
They got lucky there.
Sure did.
Max Okabata comes in, checking in for Grayson McHugh. It's a 20-point game with 5:13 to play in the third.
Beck had a chance to shoot the ball 2 times there, opted to pass. Maybe some coaching from the sideline to get layups only. Sometimes that's the case.
Okabata thought he was hit. Good job crashing the boards for Kavar Kennedy. One and done that time for LaSalle. Morton Rivera slow on the closeout. And Beck on the offensive glass. It has been a 1-2 punch for this LaSalle team. Not closing out on threes. And in the rare instance they do miss, not finding a body on the defensive glass.
Giving up layups is always a problem defensively. It's a heartbreaker when you don't box out and they get a second chance, second bite of the apple. Wide open there for Beck.
Altamari a little slow to get up after that foul called against the Crusaders of Father Judge.
Explorers are going to need to look to the bench for some scoring here.
They're going to need to look to the bench to replace Hayes, too. He just really doesn't move that well.
After getting injured there, getting banged up somehow, some way.
Yeah, he's struggling getting up the floor very gingerly.
Kennedy on the explosive blow by. Count it and 1. Terrific play there by Kavar Kennedy, and that was just him putting it in neutral and then hitting the gas pedal as soon as Max Okabata relaxed in defensive transition. And all of a sudden, 6 points away from a running clock. It's not the way I anticipated this game going.
Running clock should be disavowed. What's the word? Relinquished?
Extinguished.
It's something. That bugs me to no end. AAU, Catholic League, there should be no place for it in my mind. On free throws, it just breaks my heart. I can't even look at the scoreboard. So I hope to God that that doesn't happen here. Hayes walking off the court gingerly.
Well, there was a technical foul.
Offsetting technical fouls, but they're shooting them.
Okay. One more coming for Nick Neary.
Unlike the other night when there was offsetting technical fouls, neither shot.
And off camera here, but Chris Rowntree is getting in the backside of Kavar Kennedy there. So I don't think it was offsetting. It was on Kennedy. Perhaps for some sort of taunt after the bucket.
Yeah, because it's the Explorers who are getting the ball back.
Erfel off the bounce. Okabata is fouled by Kevin Beck, and he knew it. And it came forward into the into the ball handler there. Okabata, good call.
And they're going to shoot 2.
First time either team has been in the bonus. LaSalle is in the bonus for the remainder of the third quarter.
Max has done a nice job this season so far in his sophomore year. Last year played JV basketball, has had some big moments, scoring the ball, has played very well in the last 3 or 4 games, defensively and offensively.
The conversation continues, by the way, on the bench with Kavar Kennedy. Lower right half of your screen, I think you're going to be able to see him there. Open 3 for Beck. Couldn't hit it.
Could have gotten away with a walk there, that Nick Parisi.
Erfel picked up his dribble in a tough spot. That's where Joey O'Brien can be the safety valve. Okabata open for 3. It's good. And it is a 19-point game. Well, a possession or 2 more of this, and I think that teaching moment for
Kavar Kennedy will be over.
Yeah, might be over here. It's a 19-point game in LaSalle with the basketball. Still better than 11 minutes to play. Okabata, stay hot. Here comes Rocco Westfield. Westfield, nobody stops the ball. Morton Rivera in rhythm. And Okabata got hit hard.
Not sure how they missed that.
Timeout called by Chris Rowntree. I don't know if we're going to be able to get back all the way to see it. We will. Ooh, he got clocked there on that. Slow it down again. And that is a tough no call. We missed it on the second. Nope, we did not. Here we go. Oof, my goodness. An elbow right to the mouth area for Max Okabata.
Yeah, that was a missed call.
It was Beck in there, again, going after the ball, but when you see that type of contact, you would have thought that might draw a foul call. I would say that aside, though, Matt Paul, the crew's been awesome here tonight. They've let the game breathe. I think the teams have, allowed for a lot of freedom of movement, and it's been very well officiated.
Pretty even on both sides. They haven't had to make too many tough calls. The free-flowing game is one of the faster games I've seen so far this year.
And they're 3 veteran officials. These guys have been reffing in the Catholic League for a while.
So now it's a 21-point lead for Father Judge. Neary. O'Brien keeps that pivot foot. Parisi hangs, couldn't hit.
No one there for a rebound.
Numbers. And the whistles stay silent, and a foul is called against Westfield. Joey O'Brien with the strip on Morton Rivera. And so, 94 feet from the basket, but in the bonus the rest of the way.
Hayes Altamar is going to shoot 2.
Still a little gimpy there after that earlier collision in the third quarter.
But they need him in the game.
Still no Kavar Kennedy, by the way. Not to belabor the point too much, but he went down the floor, beat Okabata to the basket, laid it in, said something about it, got called for a technical foul, and has not seen the floor since.
As a coach, you can teach the lesson earlier in the season so that you're not teaching it later in the season. Again, Father Judge has a proud tradition. Bill Fox have always done things the right way. Chris is a Father Judge alum. All the teams that have played here have played with great respect for the game, and it's just a lesson that he's learning early here.
Talk about coaching trees as well. Chris Rowntree coached for many years under John Moscow.
At Wood.
At Archbishop Wood, won a state Catholic League championship there with John Moscow, and then came back to his alma mater doing a terrific job. O'Brien got a hand on it, kept it in bounds. Okabata, step back 3, and it doesn't draw any iron. And it's Judge basketball. The John Moscow tree is one thing, but think about where John Moscow came from, longtime assistant under Carl Aragale at Newman Goretti.
Who's won more PCL championships than any other coach at 12 PCL championships.
Passing.
Speedy Morris.
Dennis Seddon. From Roman Catholic. Nazir Tyler, that one hit the wire on the stanchion, so it's going the other way. Automatic dead ball when that happens.
We used to play wire ball. I was telling Richie on my way over here, grew up not too far from here. We used to play wire ball in the driveway, we call it. He thinks it's called an alleyway, but we call it a driveway where a lot of people park cars if they had them.
Erfel on the wing, defended by Beck. Parisi got the shooter's roll.
Top of the key, one of the easiest ones to make.
Offense.
Offensive foul is called against Father
LeVar
Judge.
Kennedy comes back in the game, picks up a foul.
Chris Rowntree doesn't like the call. Get another look.
See, that's his fourth now.
So the question is, right, when he leaves the ground, we missed that one. Nope, here we go. When he leaves the ground, is Nick Parisi facing the defender with 2 feet on the ground. At that point, he's in legal guarding position and can move laterally at that point, which he did. Neary, not that time, and he's called for a nickel dimer against Beck, trying to chase that offensive rebound. Third team foul against Father Judge.
What happens sometimes when you're down is you try to carry the load all by yourself. Not a lot of offense being run here by the Explorers. A lot of one-on-one basketball and catch and shoot.
And yet,
they're not getting the roll. Oh.
Morton Rivera throws it down. Derek Morton Rivera.
Impressive flush by Rivera.
Parisi step back. Yeah, not a lot of offense like you said, Chris, but sometimes you got a guy that can line them up and knock them down. Giveaway. So it's a 16-point game. Matt, you made a comment about the lack of juice at times in the gym here. But boy, a 3 could start to change things a little bit as LaSalle's going to put 2 offensive pieces back into the game. Hayes Altamare, Grayson McHugh replacing Braden Erfel. And it must be, I guess Okabata came off the floor.
You got to stop the Crusaders. I mean, they're scoring pretty easily. Not at the same clip as they were in the first half. Now they're running a piece of offense here. Double screen for Parisi.
Parisi finds Altamare. He's been good from beyond the arc tonight.
That's a big 3.
It's a 13-point game. I wouldn't go anywhere quite yet, folks.
Corner 3.
They can't give him the wide open 3, though. They have to defend the Judge.
I think you'll take that if you're LaSalle.
Yeah.
That's a nice play
It's
there
a nice
by
play.
Beck. I mean, if he's going to run the offense for himself, dribble himself into an elbow jumper,
That's
God bless.
not an easy shot.
Parisi
No.
kind of hoisted that one.
Yeah. Didn't look good.
Morton Rivera. Boy, this could take some energy right out of the LaSalle team if Father Judge can get a big bucket here to push that lead again further. You got to close out on him. Simple as that.
Bob, you couldn't have called that better.
7 seconds left. LaSalle trails by 18. Got to get a bucket here. Down to 3. Parisi is going to let it fly, and he is fouled.
No, they fouled him.
On a 3-point shot. And the question would be, is it before the end of the quarter or not? I have not seen an official call.
The one referee is calling it off. Dave Stern. Oh, we know?
No, they got the
him.
foul call. It's actually a really good look there when the contact happens, right? So the contact happened before the shot went up. The contact happened before the clock went off. And so, absolutely, that is a good call. The part that I don't quite understand is how the scorekeeper has the clock at 000, right? Because either it happened with a little bit of time on the clock, and you take your shots and you have .1, or it didn't, and the foul shouldn't be called at all. Now, again, I can't say I have that answer there, Matt.
I'm wondering when they're going to start going to you, like the monitor at the college and the pro level. Let's go to Bob Long.
That's right, they should.
Let's go to Bob. Bob,
You'll
what
be
do
the-
you think?
you'll
He's
be the
never
Steve
wrong.
Javi.
Well, they're not going to ask me what I think. They're just going to come for my video.
They're going to start
I don't-
interviewing you at halftime.
I don't think that would be the right role for me. While I do my best to know the rules, these guys in the striped shirts know it a heck of a lot better than I do.
What you need is a retired official to be up here in the broadcast booth with you that can.
I'm not going to reveal anything, but I'm just going to say watch this space on that. Yep, watch this space. We'll see if we can make that happen. There are some discussions in the works. This portion of today's game brought to you by Mishak Physical Therapy, treating his community with physical therapy and chiropractic care for 20 years. Mishak Physical Therapy has many specialties, including sports injury treatment and concussion treatment, with 5 clinics conveniently located throughout Berks, Montgomery, and Chester counties. Mishak Physical Therapy has direct access, meaning no referral is needed for most insurances, and they accept most insurance plans. Visit them online at mishakpt.com or call 610-327-2600 for new patient scheduling. I will say this, on that end of quarter play, there was one last year in the state championship, 5A. Imhotep playing a team from out west in Pittsburgh. And as they were going to half, one of the Imhotep players was contacted with, 0.3 seconds left, but then got into his shot. Like, it was so clearly after the whistle. Contact happened. Ball did get over the rim. Contact before time expired. Ball got off his hands well after time expired. And they let the shot go, and we were trying to get some clarification. And what happened was it was determined that the scorer's table messed it up. The scorer's table should have stopped the clock when the contact was made and when the foul was called, right? Because when the right there, count it and one for Morton Rivera, right? The clock doesn't go to 7:33; it's at 7:34 because that's when the contact happened. Even though the play continues, the ball leaves his hand after the fact, doesn't tick down more. So that's what was determined in that 5A state championship game, is that contact happened with .3. Ball wasn't off his hands maybe till 3/4 of a second later. But what should have happened is it shouldn't have been an untimed free throw. It should have been .3. Stop it when the foul was called. So that was interesting at the highest level of high school basketball.
Walked. Yeah. Now he walked.
Matt, I know you probably eat that stuff up, don't you?
I did. I heard the story last year when you told it, and I enjoy those nuances. It's like baseball. You always see something new. The end-of-game situations would always really fascinate me with coaches' calls and changes and switches.
Back off the bounce. Great kick out. And I just don't think Tyler was catching to shoot there. Kind of had his weight on his heels. That was a good job for Beck of getting a paint touch. His ability off the bounce has been impressive. So's this guy, Nick Neary. It's a 15-point game. Now, Father Judge, do they slow things
need
up
a stop
at all? They don't.
There we go.
Boy, Max Mashinsky with those 4 shooters on the floor, dribbling into nowhere on the baseline. Yeah, it does not surprise me that he's coming off the floor there with that substitution. And Kavar Kennedy comes back in his place.
Up 15, you want to make sure you're getting a great shot. You don't want to drive the ball baseline unless it's wide open. I learned this past summer, Bob. John Chaney, a famous Hall of Famer from Temple University, didn't allow his players to drive the ball baseline.
Interesting.
That's courtesy of Matt Langle, head coach at Colgate University.
That's a nice move there by Grayson McHugh. Loves to get to that left shoulder. Morton Rivera up and under.
Taking a page out of the Explorers book. They like to go as soon as the other team celebrates. Right there, they were caught watching.
Parisi guarded by Rocco Westfield. Little push off, got to the elbow, and it's going the other way. Grayson McHugh picks up the personal. It's now kind of fortunate there, quite frankly, that Parisi didn't pick it up.
Kavar Kennedy back in the game. He's playing with 4 fouls.
Judge going with a horn set here. Look for a down screen, maybe a curl for their shooter.
Westfield and now Kennedy. Beck will let it fly. Boy, this Father Judge team has had a lot of great possessions. I don't know that one would count as that. Ball never got inside the paint. Kind of a settle. And Parisi instead tries to drive the ball to a good spot. Still a long way to go here, boys. I mean, 5:39 to play. Second, maybe the first team foul against Father Judge. They were quick at the scorer's table to get that one up there.
The Explorers won the third quarter, 25-23 in boxing. That's an advantage. Explorers with some momentum, and they're up 6-3 here in the fourth. I don't love the shot selection here for the Crusaders. Coach Roundtree is allowing them to just simply play the game, and they should be thinking more about time and score.
1 of 2 for Nick Parisi. Here comes Will Bear for his first action of the night.
Explorers really don't give away any height here, bringing Will Bear into the game.
Max Okabata got his foot in the passing lane. Will Bear, it's a nice job to go up top as the outlet, prevent the home run pass. Nick Neary picks up the personal. Third team foul against LaSalle here in the fourth quarter.
At this point, the Explorer coaching staff are going to be looking at who to possibly foul. I'm not sure who I would pick. They're all shooting the ball very well. He's got 5 guards on the court at the moment.
Kennedy. It's a great decision by Beck to pull that out. And Parisi had to take a chance. Fourth team foul against LaSalle. Next one will put Father Judge into the bonus.
Third foul on Nick Parisi.
If you're watching the game, first off, thank you for doing so. And secondarily,
nice pass.
In goes Beck. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Like the video. It doesn't cost you anything. It only helps us. Help you too. Let you know when we're going live with our next broadcast. So like and subscribe to Bob Long Sports. Okabata. Bear. Could have thought about going up with that. O'Brien, corner 3. What a rebound by Kavar Kennedy. Now he'll lead the break. And Nick Parisi picks up yet another foul. And Kennedy a little gimpy getting up there. 2 shots coming for Kennedy. Kennedy was nails down the stretch all year last year when it got to foul situations at the end of contests. And he's in that situation again here, where at times, Matt, it felt like he didn't want to give up the ball because he thought, listen, at the time, I'm an 85% foul shooter. Why not take the foul myself, go to the line?
It's funny you say that. My son, Richie, to my right, he was in a situation the other night, gave up the ball. I said, if you're the best free throw shooter on the court, you want to be fouled. You want those situations. Here's a good free throw shooter entering the game is Franklin Gilbert, number 34, and Preston Washington, number 5.
Both coming in for the LaSalle Explorers.
Interesting note, Mark Rodriguez, former 1,000-point scorer.
That's right.
For Father Judge, trains the Father Judge basketball team in the offseason. He also trains Franklin Gilbert at Lifetime Fitness.
He was a heck of a player in his day at Father Judge. It was before this latest resurgence, but him and guys like him have to feel like, hey, we laid the bricks. And we got the program to this point. I had a great conversation with Chris Rowntree this week and started to talk about that, right? That the school is thriving athletically, academically. They have the new Trade Services Center going up here at Father Judge. It's been terrific. And so has Derek Morton Rivera. Count it and 1.
That's too easy there. In transition, it's going to get a starburst opportunity, makes the free throw. Coaches may start giving out starburst like we do at next play basketball.
That's right. So you get fouled, finish with contact, and then you have to make the free throw for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Got to focus.
To get yourself a starburst.
Got to focus.
Washington got all the way to the rim, just couldn't hit it. Kennedy. Mashinsky throws it down. You could tell he wanted that one. Saw the Red Sea part. There's Joey O'Brien for the answer. A little more muted in this road environment, but that's a big-time flush.
Maybe can spark some energy for the Explorers.
Here comes O'Brien. Good feed for Gilbert, and he traveled.
He was looking to pass, catch the score.
3:50 to play here in this one. Washington comes off the floor, as does Gilbert.
It gave Parisi and Grayson McHugh a little breather. They'll play the final 3.5 minutes.
Kennedy's in no rush, going one-on-one, just short-armed it. And nice job by Okabata there defensively. Okabata leads the break. Tough finish. He has shown the ability to control the body and get the ball up off the glass. It's a terrific job.
He's been a bright spot for the Explorers coming off the bench, averaging almost 10 points a game.
Nazir Tyler short. Erfel will lead the charge. Oh, nearly gave it up.
Less dribble.
And McHugh just lost it off his knee. So Father Judge on their way to moving to 4-1 in the Catholic League. If you can believe this, first game of the Catholic League was, January 3rd? So 10 days later. I'm telling you that there are only 2 unbeaten teams in a 14-team Catholic League.
St. Joe's Prep and Bonner Prendergast.
That's right. Now Bonner Prendergast playing tonight against Devon Prep. That should be a terrific contest. Who knows? That could be over by now.
Is that at Devon?
I believe it is.
All right, that's a tough place to play.
Devon Prep, just the one loss to St. Joe's Prep. That was on the road. That is not going to be an easy place to win this year. And Devon Prep was possession for possession with them. That's a team that has every opportunity to get a first-round bye. Erfel couldn't hit it. It becomes a very interesting league, and it also gets interesting in the 2 and 3 range, which is where LaSalle will be, subject to a massive comeback here in the next 2 minutes and 22 seconds. And so where that leads LaSalle to is, okay, first off, trying to find your way to 5 wins, which should all but assure you a playoff spot. Mashinsky could move against Grayson McHugh. And a timeout on the floor. So getting into the top 10, that's the first part. And then the second part is, can he go on a run and try to somehow get into that 6th seed where you put yourself 32 minutes from a trip to the Palestra?
I think the 6th seed, that you're going to need 7 wins, maybe 8.
Yep.
One of the issues here is you have teams, so you have a LaSalle team that beats Archbishop Bryan, but loses to Archbishop Carroll, but Archbishop Bryan beats Archbishop Carroll. So you're beating teams that are then beating teams that beat you. And that's going to even things up.
Quickly tell you about Ballad Dermatology, Dr. Mary Griffin, comprehensive medical and cosmetic skin care with early detection for treatment of skin cancer, treatment of all skin conditions, and many cosmetic options to reduce sun damage and help you love your skin. Call her at 610-664-3300, Ballad Dermatology and Dr. Mary Griffin. How about that finish for Nick Parisi?
So the Explorers will be at Lansdale Catholic on Friday night.
And then on the road at Devon Prep on the 21st. So that game at Lansdale Catholic, by the way, will not be carried by Bob Long Sports. Do want to give a big shout out to my father-in-law, Joe Jones, on his 70th birthday, and we are headed up to Altoona for a big party. So we're excited for that. But we will be back. Jason Fisher was nice enough to have us out at Devon Prep. That is a tidy little venue there and a terrific place to watch a game. So hopefully you'll join us on the 21st. And I will tell you as well that Lansdale Catholic has a young student doing broadcasts, so I believe that LaSalle game will be available for free on YouTube via that YouTube channel. So search Lansdale Catholic Basketball for that. Shooters roll for Braden Erfel.
Good to see the ball go in the basket. Builds confidence. Just shows continued fight here for the Explorers.
Kennedy well long. And Okabata keeps it in bounds. That's a good little move there. Okabata off 2 feet. Offensive rebound won't go for Neary, but that's bounced off the foot of Mashinsky. So, Matt Paul, we are going to have an opportunity to speak with one of the winning members of the Father Judge team. Who stands out to you?
You know what? I like to hear who Chris Rowntree prefers the most here. I mean, it's amazing what they've done in terms of their scoring. Pretty balanced. Westfield, was hot early. Was quiet late here in the game. I like to maybe acknowledge him.
Derek Morton Rivera stands out.
Rivera.
Neary, contact, count it, and 1.
Fighting to the end.
How many points does Beck have?
I have Beck at 11.
Okay.
On 5 of 7 shooting.
Great job coming in as a starter.
Sure was. As Neary hits that one with 42 seconds left. Here is Kev Rucker into the
Nice
contest.
pass.
Michael Chase puts that one in.
Bob, I went to Father Judge Soccer Camp run by Larry Sullivan, who is the grandfather of Quinn Kevin Sullivan of the Philadelphia Union. If you didn't sing the Father Judge fight song when everybody else sang it, you had to sing it all by yourself. Mr. Sullivan, still to this day, is one of the most intimidating men I've ever been around. I know the Father Judge fight song. I'm not going to sing it with the alums, but I could sing it with anybody, but not today.
Parisi cuts it to 12, and that's the way it'll end. Father Judge moves to 4-1 on the year, defends their home court, avenges a tough loss to Bonner Prendergast last time out, and a solid win for the Crusaders. Stay with us. I'll be right back, and Chris and Matt can continue the conversation.
We got the Explorers on the road Friday night at Lansdale Catholic. A game the Explorers should be able to win, but it's a tough place to play. They have a new coach. They've brought in some players. It's not the gimme or layup that the game once was. So it's not going to be easy these next 3 games. They don't want to go 0-3 on the road, starting out with a loss tonight.
The Explorers won 6 straight, then 2 losses, and then this last one here. So 3 losses in a row for the Explorers. Their confidence is down. They're not playing with the same juice that they did just a couple games ago, just a couple days ago. So they're going to have to regroup. The Crusaders look impressive at this point. They're playing very well together. Balanced scoring. It's a big win for the Crusaders after their loss at home here versus Bonner. And a big opportunity Friday night coming up here for the Explorers to bounce back. Seniors need to step up, rally their younger players. They got a lot of young players, the Explorers do. And we'll see what happens. You got to bounce back. You got to bounce back from losses. There's 13 games in the Catholic League. We're not even halfway there yet, so a lot of it's in your head. The Explorers will need to play with some better confidence going forward.
No, there's a lot of wins out there for the Explorers. This is a much improved Explorer team, athletic team, a team that can score. They put 72 points on the board tonight. They've gone down to New Margaretti and can win. They've proven they can win in hostile environments. They're going to need to get it together.
Turn to you, Bob.
Thanks, guys. Got me okay up there? Perfect. We have Derek Morton Rivera and we have Rocco Westfield with us, along with Chris Rowntree. A terrific game at home here, defending your home turf and avenging a tough loss earlier this week. How did it work for you, Derek? How did it happen?
Just playing our pace and moving the ball and trusting our teammates to make shots and defend.
Go for you. An opportunity with some good shots beyond the arc, right? A little slow on the closeout, and you were able to make him pay. How did that feel?
Yeah, it felt good. They all tell me to shoot with confidence, and I think I've been doing that. So yeah.
You sure have. And so we effectively referred to you guys as guard high. Your wing certainly, but what you guys do in the backcourt is really, really impressive. A team with high expectations coming in. How do you feel you're playing about a quarter of the way, third of the way through the Catholic League?
Pretty good. We could play defense better, but came off tough love, and we just coming back and fighting better to get these wins that we need to get.
And how about you, Rocco? The opportunity to play in front of this gym, you got a great crowd, you got a great band up there. How has this become a fortress for you guys?
We just got to stay together. A lot of people come out and support us, so we just look forward to putting on a show for them.
Well, we're looking forward to following you the rest of the way. Thanks for taking the time with us, and congrats on a big win tonight.
Thank you.
Derek Morton Rivera, thank you. Rocco Westfield, thank you. Great job, guys. Let's talk to your coach here, Chris Rowntree. First off, who do we have here?
Michael.
Hi, Michael. I saw your honorary captain. Terrific job tonight, my friend.
Thank you.
So what did you see? What went well for Father Judge this evening?
He's a good coach for the team, and I'm very happy for him.
Well, that's terrific.
So we gotta keep going. We're not gonna stop.
I like that. You got a coach in waiting here. Absolutely. Keep pressing on. Well, Chris, why don't you tell me, from your perspective, it's a tough LaSalle team, right? A lot of athleticism out there coming off the Bonner. How did you guys do it?
Yeah, I think we reacted well. I think, we had talked about the other day when we talked of how we react and how we come out. We didn't do a great job of that last year after we lost to Ryan, and I think we set our tempo and set our pace, and we made shots early, which helps. I think we were really good defensively in the first half, particularly the second quarter, giving up 11, and we just locked in. I think then in the third and the fourth, we played with our pace. We never slowed our pace down, and they didn't keep pace with that. I don't think we were great defensively in the third and fourth quarter, but we played our pace offensively, and if we play our pace offensively, we're going to get open shots, and we made open shots, which is important.
We talked about Everett Barnes not playing here tonight at the top of the broadcast. Quite honestly, Chris, it's about the last time we talked about it because you guys controlled the glass offensively and defensively. How did you do it without him inside?
Yeah, I think it was a mentality of having 5 guys on the glass. I think, we talked about that even with Everett. We just can't rely on Everett being 6'10" to rebound every single possession. LaSalle shoots a lot of threes as well, so it's longer rebounds and our guards retracing their steps and coming back and getting it. But we have some athletic guys that can go get the ball. Kaver is a great rebounder for a guard. Mears rebounding the ball a lot better this year. So we challenge our guards to go back and rebound so they can push our pace and we don't even have to outlet and we can road run. We call road run our guard getting it off the glass and going. So I think they do a good job of that. I think, Kevin Beck stepped up huge tonight for us. And we found out literally, I thought Everett was maybe late for the game and I didn't get the text on my phone and, he couldn't get out of bed after he went home from school. He's sick. So Kev Beck stepped up. Max getting back healthy, played well for us. So guys with confidence, it was good for them to step up.
That's terrific. I got to ask you before I go, we're making the guard high moniker famous. Do you like it? I know you got a lot of wings and bigs as well, but you can run them out there with the best of them in this league.
Look, there's a lot of other teams. Newman has historically had the best guards, and Carl's done a great job, and John now at Wood and all of that. So I think it's our league, right? I think a Philadelphia guard, and you need good guards to win. I think, bigs are important. Wings, I consider our wings guards, really. So I think guards are extremely important, and we want to play fast and pace and shoot the ball a lot. So we need really good guards, and we have them, and guys are stepping up. A lot of people don't know about Rocco Westfield, who's, I think in PCL play, he's double-digit average right now and giving us great minutes. So, we keep throwing them out. But, yeah, I like it, but I don't want people to start taking shots at us because you guys are giving us too much credit in the pregame, but all good.
Well, thank you so much for having us. Hospitality is always terrific here, and we're looking forward to seeing you down the road.
Thanks a lot. I appreciate it. See ya.
Thank you. Chris Rontran, and thanks, Michael. Great job, buddy. We'll send it back to you guys.
Impressive victory here at home for the Crusaders. An important victory coming off a loss at home versus Monsignor Bonner. Chris said it best. He wants to keep his guys tempered. They did play very, very well. They shot the ball very well. The crowd was quiet in the middle of the game as the Crusaders had quite a lead. The Explorers played them even in the second half, not as high scoring. The Explorers are going to have to bounce back Friday night. It's going to be a big game for them now, 3 losses in a row after starting all in the season 2-0.
Well, hey, Matt, Chris, great to have you both. Thanks to Richie. Great job on the camera today, my friend. You got a job anytime you want it. Well done, and best of luck with your game as well. I want to thank Father Judge, Tom Coyle, who did a great job having us here, Chris Rowntree, who extended the invite as well, and we'll bid you adieu from Northeast Philadelphia. Father Judge wins this one and keeps that 1 in the loss column as they sojourn on, trying to get one of those top 4 seeds and host a playoff game in the Catholic League quarterfinals. LaSalle falls to 2-3. They'll have to find some answers on the road at Lansdale Catholic on Friday night. Thanks, everybody, and have a great evening.